Alright, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back into another video. New teaser came out, but it is basically the same picture as before. We just have extra characters. We got Corvus and Knessa on the Magistrate side. Koga, wait, did I say Koga? Corvus and Knessa on the Magistrate side. Koga and Talus on the Resistance side. Talus now has 2 guns. Fantastic. The description of the picture says, at last, both sides have gathered for conflict. Magistrate resistance, all of the realm will face what comes next, though they are not prepared. Soon she will arrive. She, as in the new champion. If you didn't know, yes, new champion has been confirmed, is a she, and I'll show you a couple pictures that might actually hint us as to how she looks like. And then they say, join us for Season 6 showcase on January 23rd to see what's coming to Paladins. If you haven't understood by now, this is on the official Paladins game channel, but hey, if you are following me on my own Twitch channel and you have notifications on, you should receive a notification at that day that I'll be streaming to live react to the showcase. But be careful, patch notes or on that day, but PTS is actually coming out today, day 20 of January 2023. Okay, so yeah, I'll explain why in just a bit. Let's go here into other things. Thunderbrush posted this: prepare to kneel. So it's like she's some sort of a queen or something like that. So thank you for the heads up. And this is the profile picture that he has. So this is her face, and she has these little horns here, which we can also see here on her arm. So technically speaking, that's the same character. And the purple light of the abyss here on the map, which is basically whoever's coming in to that they are not prepared to, is this character. And this is the crown the Caspian stole from a random chest in the middle of nowhere from 2 abyssal warriors or whatever. That doesn't make any sense, but I'm guessing that whatever he did by stealing it, now having the access to the crown, he might by accident summon her, and now, you know, it was probably just planted there on purpose for some idiot from the realm to grab and then summon her by accident, similar to Corvus summoning Ram. If you haven't seen, there's also some other pictures that leads me to think that this is a character that fell from a pyre. Why? Well, because she has floating wings, something I've never mentioned before, but now you know. She has floating wings similar to Azan. Now, it could just be a coincidence, you know, but I feel like she might have messed around with the wrong things. She got outcast from the pyre and she became trapped on the abyss. And with time, she got transformed into this that we get to see here, with the crown, the horns, and the floating wings being like all purple and purpley and stuff. And then, you know, she tried to just plant her little power here and there by, for example, giving it to Lilith and so on. And we get to see her here from the front. And these are both on the cards of Lilith, by the way, if you haven't seen it. So it's nothing brand new, something that I've been talking for a very long time, and I just wanted to show it to you for anybody who's curious. As for PTS being confirmed, it was actually confirmed by Trail that it's trying to be up to date. They're trying to make it put it up to date. We don't know if it's going to be up to date. It might. He also explains as to why they are opening PTS today, because, you know, due to all dates of like the Smite World Cup and etc., they had to push the PTS a bit earlier. Otherwise, it's going to be complicated because they have a lot to test. And we'll talk about what it has to test. So it's a new character and potentially a new map and even a new mode, which I will be warning you before talking about that. I don't want you guys to be listening to spoilers by accident. So here's another thing, which is the 3D arts that Thunderbrush has confirmed now that this has actually been decided. If you guys have seen my previous video about this, you will know 100% what I'm talking about. But basically, the idea here is to replace all the splash arts for 3D renders of the skins. Personally, I'm okay with this. It saves them money, resources, and time, so I'm completely fine with it. It's basically a print of the skin equipped on the menu, and seems fine to me. It basically, sometimes they have to outsource the splash arts into other companies, and so that costs them money. This will be less money spent in stuff like this, all right? And this is not really important because a couple years ago, we didn't even have this, right? We had the little icons on the right side and on the left side with our little, you know, rank banners, and that was it. That was fine. And the names, we didn't have these splash arts. But however, he did say one thing: the current splash arts that exist up until now will not be wasted. They will very much likely be put somewhere else, like for example a extra thing on your profile to select to customize, where you're probably going to be able to select the final loading screen between the end of the match and the scoreboard. This is what I'm guessing, because this is one of the ideas that I presented on one of the EOC meetings, as to letting people buy them with gold and putting them in there for extra customization, and to, you know, still have that resource being useful in one way, even if it was removed after this decision was made, which is similar to what Ramarial has. So you see my point. Now, as I said, I'm going to warn you, so right now, spoiler warning. If you do not want to be spoiled of whatever mode and map that I'm talking about, then please, by all means, just leave the video right now. If you are curious, then it's at your own risk. So, the new map that I'm talking about is some sort of a map that was spotted inside of PTS. People, yes, have been able to log into PTS in using some crafty little ways, and they've seen this map, which has no name right now. It has a message ID and no art. It is a TDM map. It could potentially be one of the maps we've seen so far, you know, the Sniper Shootout or the Makoa LTM one, or even the Throne Without Teeth, which is an option, if you remember. This was also an LTM. Or it could be a brand new TDM map. I guess we'll have to find out. As for the mode is actually payload. A lot of people want a payload back, and it seems that it is returning. Now, if this is a joke as to mess around with data miners, or if this is actually real, I wouldn't know. Take it with a grain of salt, it might not be real, okay? And if it is real, however, I believe that it's real for one thing. One of the data miners has told me that apparently he spotted an extra map for payload called Bright's March. Feels familiar? That's because that map already exists. That's right. So I'm guessing what they're doing, it's either a secondary version of that map, or they are using that map to test out the mode. And we might be able to play payload on that specific map, where you will be able to play from one point all the way to the other. If you don't know how payload plays, it's 2 different rounds, and in each round a different team pushes the payload while the other one tries to stop it. That's it. You don't have to summon the payload, you just have to see which team takes the payload further and the limited time they have in the 2 rounds they have, in case, you know, like there's always like either it's time or percentage, so it's easy to find the winner. But this mode got removed because it didn't have a lot of people playing it, and it only had like 3 maps, and eventually, you know, they created Onslaught and whatever. But now please do test out the mode if it does actually come out, and do play it when it comes to live servers, because we really want the mode back. A lot of people do. I do. A lot of people on the community also do. So please play it as much as possible. Give your feedback. Maybe they will rework the maps. Maybe they'll create new maps for it, and maybe they will actually keep it as a permanent mode, as long as there is interest in the mode itself. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much it. Again, folks, I will be live streaming a PTS when it opens today. Kreepers YT on Twitch, simple to find. And I will also be live reacting to the showcase on the 23rd, so feel free also to, you know, show up for that day. We'll be talking about like patch notes, balancing, new characters, game modes, whatever. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. I also hope that you follow the channel and share the video with your friends, because that always helps. And yeah, watch out for the next few videos, which will very much likely be the breakdowns of the patch for Season 6. And that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.